everybody, welcome back. And this is a show where we'll talk about a draft, and I'll be okay talking about it. No, I'm kidding. I shouldn't make war jokes on you. That's terrible. Anyway, the WNBA draft, y'all. A lot has happened since we last been on here between the offseason and the draft. But let's just start with Dallas because they went number one. They took who? To me, I say the least surprising move of all time in drafting AZ Fudd. But I feel like Dallas low-key got a squad now. Like, is it just me or like I
No,
don't
they look pretty sharp.
right?
They do.
Here's my only issue. It's like everybody feel like they made moves where it's like, oh, they got better. But then I'm also like, all right, but only 8 teams can make it to the playoffs, so someone's gotta not make the playoffs. So
I mean, they
like,
got better too, but they added they already had the shooting. They added defense. You know what I mean? They added
right.
stuff like that. They got the number one pick. Didn't Odyssey Sim sign over there
Yeah, trade I think training
for a
camp.
training camp? But I'm just like, when you think of her game and what she does, I know when she controls the ball, she goes downhill, but she's also on the defensive end really, really good.
Yeah. It's weird because like I feel like once we get closer to the season, maybe we'll have to like make a real bold prediction, but I don't know if I still see them as a playoff team right now as well as they did in the offseason though. Like that's where I'm struggling as much as like a lot of these teams made really great moves. It's like, okay, but somebody like
I think
not everybody makes
they might
playoffs.
make it on like the cusp, kind of how it was for Caitlin Clark. Was that her rookie season
When
when
they
they
Hmm.
were like
played
the
us?
60
When they
kind of
played the
thing.
Yeah,
Connecticut Sun? Yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna be something like that, I think, because they're gonna need some time to gel.
yeah.
Fair. Like I don't know, but I will admit I think getting AZ was a very obvious to me it felt like a very proven obvious thing before they made all the moves they did. Like once they started signing people, it was like, oh, they're definitely going guard now because I mean
Right.
they traded for Rhea Marshall. They
I think
they
I really feel as though that once we knew who was coming back, we knew who was going to be,
yeah.
regardless, the number one
Mhm.
pick.
And you don't have to take a risk because you know that she already has chemistry on the court with Paige Beckers,
Hmm.
and any other player would have been a risk to not necessarily mesh good
I
with
mean, but
Paige
also
Beckers
too, I
and
feel like
Enrique.
yeah, but also I feel like where AZ works perfectly too, she's an off-ball guard, whereas Paige and Enrique are ball dominant. So
Mm.
she like her
Yeah.
sliding in is gonna be so easy. Cause like as much as like yeah, like at UConn, in their senior year, she was 50, 40, 90, like main scorer. She can very easily slide into I just kind of find my spot and just get my
Give you a
get
quick
yeah,
15 and don't even realize it.
get 15
Yep.
with 15 on straight threes, no dribbles. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's really where she could be really effective in this league for
Right.
at least at the start anyway. So I feel like for that, that was I think that's one of the more better selections of the night. I actually also secretly think one of the better selections of the night. Olivia Miles going to Minnesota. I think with what
I was
happened
shocked.
with Minnesota, I assumed they were going Lauren Betts just because I mean, as we saw later, it was like UCLA is riding high right now. So I just assumed they were going to go Lauren Betts and then, but I think them, especially with how they lost a good chunk of people, I like the idea of them like, all right, let's stabilize our offense and have a true
A
point guard.
true point
I
guard.
mean, Coach Reeves literally said it like, and she's like, no disrespect to Courtney, but like this is the first true point guard we've had since Lindsay Whalen, and I'm like, yeah, for that alone, I really like the idea that that is what they're gonna do. And yeah, but I like the selection for real. I think that was a good one. Secretly, I don't know about y'all, but Washington Loki won the draft. I think again. I think back to back years they're Loki winning the draft.
Back to back. And the fact that they kept Shakira is crazy, guys. My cats are in the bread box.
Listen, I would say this right now. They have so many good people on this team. Somebody good's getting cut. Like that's how good Washington
Hmm.
kind of drafted. Because just like between right like to me the idea you can trot out like an all young core of just and you can really just go Amore, Citron, McMahon, Kiki, and Betts, and we are just using just straight one first and second year players, and that's a solid five is is insane. And we're not even getting into the fact that Shakira is there. They just got Michaela Onyenwere. They got a squad going. Poor Rory Harmon, I think, is gonna get cut though, and I feel bad, but I don't think she's got a chance to make that
So
roster.
who do you want to handle the ball with that roster?
I feel like you got Amore in the first. Amore is definitely
True.
there. I mean, from
It would
that,
have to be what she does.
yeah. I mean, like Rory's one shot is basically a backup point guard role Like
Right. Yeah.
that's her shot to make this team. I
Yeah.
just think in the it's just it's really when you know like how it is, and it's getting better. I will admit that it's getting better. But the idea of you only have so many teams, so many roster spots, and yes, they got two developmental spots now. So I guess like that's probably where Rory would more so be than getting cut per se. But like I just when you only have 12 spots and you most of these teams are signing training camp contracts with 17 people, these late round picks, it's like it's still almost like impending doom kind of thing, you know?
But also at the same time, just in Rory's case, I just feel like she's been passed off so much that she has this moment and she's gonna take advantage of it. Where it's like
Fair.
you know what I mean? Just because her whole college career, she was never looked at and she did a lot of things that a lot of people did not do. So I think she's gonna take that going in what number 24?
It was worse than that. I think she was it 25? I think
30.
she was in the third. I think it was like
I
34
thought I
actually.
so
I'll check for you while you keep going.
So
But
I feel as though with that type of like, okay, not only I don't look that, I still not getting looked at. I'm gonna make you look at me, and you know what I mean. I think that's how she's gonna approach going into training camp.
yeah, I can't
Well,
confirm 34 by the way.
$34.
we do know that usually towards the late part of the second round and then the third round, a lot of the players, it's very hard for them to make
I'm
roster spots.
shocked Lucy's still
But
there.
the development players now give a lot of these rookies an opportunity to stay in the
Mhm.
league, which is a really neat thing. I'm glad they added that because it also helps with the fact that, players were being tossed around the league last year. It's like it's too much. The
Yes.
transition, where to live,
This is
like
also why they need housing, Kathy. And anywho, now also another person from Washington I think is that low key might be cooked too is Miss Prosper. As much as I
I like her
from a
game.
prospect perspective, being a tall guard, it's such a great like developmental. I do think she might be
I don't
cooked.
know. But my
Even
thing is like I'm saying I get what you're saying, right? But it's also it's like we don't know. What if them
no.
people that we feel as though they don't show up in training camp and we're like, oh,
Granted, this could I could be totally wrong, and I
we
admit
all could
that
be totally
there's a world
wrong.
where Lucy Olson shows up, starts bricking shots, and they're like, you know what, Lucy, thank you for your
I'm shocked.
service.
I'm shocked.
Like,
I'm gonna be
but
honestly, I'm shocked that
I
she's
mean, we'll be
still
shocked no matter what. Every year we're shocked by some people
well,
anyways.
there's somebody who gets cut every year. You're just like yeah, I mean, without a doubt. Speaking of people who have not been signed, that shocked me. Y'all, Tina Charles is still a free agent, and I'm
Natasha Cloud is still
that's a whole other thing.
Harry McDonald.
yeah.
I will respectfully put on the record. I unfortunately think Natasha Cloud's getting blackballed. I can't confirm that, but it feels like she's getting blackballed because she's very outspoken politically, and granted that comes with a price. Like let's call it
But
we
it's
see it.
also not even that. It was how outspoken she was about the CBA too, that I don't
Yo,
think
like
she's
she
like,
legit went after everybody. I
yeah.
mean, politically, that's a whole thing. The
I
CBA, that's a whole
mean,
thing.
that don't
Like
got
But
nothing to
she's
do.
still loved. That's the thing
Right.
by the
That's
fair,
like,
fans.
but loved by who? The
but I don't.
fans. That's not
But
the fans
I
don't
feel as
sign
though you need
checkbooks, yo.
that.
I'm sorry.
You gotta call them out. Like sometimes you need
Fair.
that type of
I'm not
person.
disagreeing with her calling them out. I unfortunately think though that the price for her calling people out is them basically being like, yeah, in turn, we're kind of gonna just blackball you out. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. They pretty much did that to Kennedy Carter till literally 2 weeks ago. I mean, she
They
basically
also did that to Liz Cambage.
yeah, like it's let's not act like it's never happened before where they basically take somebody
I
and be like,
mean,
we're gonna make you go play overseas and go
we
low
black
key.
they
I mean,
yeah, but I
like,
mean
granted,
the
whether
reason
you
why they
agree,
blocked my girl. Hmm.
listen, whether you agree with the blackballing, it's kind of a blackballing. So, like, right now, the fact that Nash Cloud at one point was a player of the week that last season, like a key piece on a real contending team, and is now just nowhere to be found. Like,
But do you
that's
think that's because B's back?
I don't there's so many factors. New
What I
York,
think they don't have the money.
yeah, well, New York not re-signing her to me. When you get Satu, when you get Lainey Hamilton back, like it seemed like they had other pieces to get before Natasha Cloud. The fact
Right.
that no other team has signed her is where I'm like, I feel like something's got to be going on, like
Mm.
respectfully. Because like at one
Yeah.
point, Phoenix literally had like four people on their roster, and it was like, you're telling me that you wouldn't try to go Like
Well,
McConaughey's cool and
I
all,
don't
but you
think she's
rap.
gonna go back there.
But like
well,
just like in all reality, I mean, if you, I mean, at this point, well, to me, half of everybody was in Phoenix is gone now. I don't see why we're being picky, respectfully. But if anything else, too, like, and that's where like that's just information that like we can't confirm if no one's talked to her or not. But I'm like, I just find it hard to believe like, yeah, Cole McConaughey is cool and she was serviceable, but it's like you're telling me you would not rather have Natasha Cloud? Like, there's no way they didn't try to go offer her something, right? Question mark? Like,
I
you know
mean,
what I
not
mean?
after you
well,
get rid of her after she's sitting there, scouting for you. It's like probably like
I don't know. I like I said, I truly don't know. But the idea of her not being picked up is just a complete shocker to me.
but wait,
maybe Portland should have got her
Portland,
I
first of
because
all,
I don't know what they're doing.
wait, let Gab speak. I'm not gonna let's let Gab speak.
I was talking to a New York Liberty reporter at the draft on Monday, Miles, actually, and he was telling me that New York actually would have loved to have Natasha Cloud back, but it was a lot of it had to do with the money. There's it's just like obvious that part. So honestly, at this point, what you're saying, DJ, it seems very probable
Yeah, because like,
because
why is no one else tried? Is my
yeah, I
confusion.
I don't think any other team is willing to take the chance. I think New York would if they had the space,
Because
like
that's my
cap space.
confusion.
Yeah.
Is like,
I mean, Portland could use her, Connecticut could use
I
her.
think they
Like
could use
we
her.
still like who is our point guard right now? Like that's what I'm wondering because
Well, I assume Layla is the first answer.
yes, but
Then after
I
her,
just
who?
think that takes her out of like that doesn't allow Layla to play her game fully if she's has that pressure of just being like the point guard just
But
by
I don't.
herself,
But that's what she said that they were looking at. Charlize, she's a point
Yeah,
guard.
but she's a rookie. That's another thing.
I mean,
Yeah,
that seems worse. Is the you want to put pressure on your second year player or your first year player? That seems
Yeah,
bad.
so I really think that Natasha Cloud could use her, but will T Cloud come to Connecticut because a lot of players, one, don't like that they have no facilities, but BG signing with Connecticut
BG from Houston,
it
respectfully.
could it
That's
could no, but it could pull T Cloud in. They're very good friends.
BG from Houston. BG was like, I'm trying to go play at home. So BG said, I'll suffer a year early, respectfully. You can't convince
or
me that's
may
not.
honestly, maybe it's different now that she's a mom and she just came from a city like Atlanta,
She's
and
like,
she might
let
just
me go
want
live in the middle of
to
nowhere.
get the calm before I go back home. You feel me?
Let me go live in the
Let me
middle
get
of
my
nowhere.
zen. Let me go get my zen, and then time to go home and get it cracking.
She said,
I don't know, guys.
let's go live in the middle of nowhere. Peace and trees, nothing but blue
I
skies and
mean,
air.
I feel say if they do go get her, right? It's like it's gonna be a lot, being that this is the last season. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it's not ideal, but if it's like no other team picks
But
you
see,
up, what do you do? Because it's
that's my
April
Yeah,
6th.
like would you
It's
rather
April
play or not?
16th. Right.
but that's why I'm shocked. Like she's not signed. I'm like, because you're telling me like, because now at this point, what you're telling me is either like she's being extremely picky, which that to me seems like a very dangerous game to play, especially when this league is growing and there's a whole bunch of people trying to fight for
That would,
spots.
but right.
But now the other inverse, you're telling me that no one's offered her a contract at all, and I refuse to believe. Like I refuse to believe either one. Like I mean, her being picky, I could see it, I guess, but it's like there's only 15 teams, 15 slots. That's if I'm not math's not that's 300. If my math's not tweaking. You know what I mean? Like
Because
that's not a
it went from what, 144 to 300?
or well, it's yeah, because well, no, my math is off.
I don't
No, I put 15 players. No, I'm bugging. It's 12. My math is cooked. Let me get the calculator because let me do this correctly now before I keep
well, you
blabbering
have to add the
numbers.
development players too, though.
So was that 14? Okay, so that wasn't that off then. Okay, what? So 14. So 210. I mean, I added a whole bunch of extra slots in my brain. I was bugging. Ignore my math. Sorry, y'all. Anywho,
But
let's try this
I
again.
honestly still think that that's wrong too.
Still,
she
I'm like, yeah,
also
Oh no, you're right. 210 from 156. Yep.
yes. I'm wildin'.
300.
No, you know what
I
I
don't
was
know
thinking.
where.
No, you know
I
what I
mean,
was thinking.
that's only 90 off, Gabs.
No, what I was, I realized my brain was doing. My brain was thinking teams, and I put 30 like it's the NBA. I'm cooked.
Uh-oh.
I'm thinking. I'm
The
thinking NBA.
MNBA.
I'm thinking with the M. My bad, y'all. It's a W. Excuse me. Anywho, the point being, you're still 200 something spots. Like you don't get, I don't think you have the opportunity to be super picky. Like this league is very much like when you have a bunch of rookies coming up, you have all these players overseas trying to prove themselves. Like I don't, I feel like
I
at some point in the last week, like because if anything, if not the first couple days of free agency, okay, I could see her being like, I'm trying to go to here, here, here. I'm sorry, in the last 3 days, you're telling me that she's just not like who's offering me some money, let me go secure a spot. Like that's insane.
it's
And
yeah,
also,
like I said,
why does she have a new agent?
I
That's
don't. There's
another
a
thing
whole
that's
bunch thing
weird
going
too.
on. Because then at this point too, if New York really wanted you and you truly want to be in New York and you're not trying to go nowhere else, the vet
right.
minimum is still way more than you was making before. You're telling me you're still like you're not taking that?
That's true.
Like I. That's why I'm like she has to be blackballed. I unfortunately just assume she's
Yeah.
getting blackballed because I can't fathom anything else. Like some of the other people, it's like it's kind of like, oh goodness, but it's like, all right, like with Tina, I'm a little shocked that she's still there and she didn't resign with Connecticut, but I'm also like, with all due respect, Tina in basketball years is up there. Like, yeah, I mean, like she's so it's like I could see a world where all the GMs are like, well, we got to build for the future and blah blah blah, getting if I'm not mistaken, 36-year-old. Like, yeah, I mean, that's not building towards your future per se. Yeah, I mean. So I kind of can understand where like that goes to like her not being picked up per se. Still shocking, but I can kind of understand like how we got here. You know what I mean? Ari McDonald's been in and out the league, so I kind of understand how we got there. Natasha Cloud makes no sense to me. Like that's the one that's like
I
how
don't know. Ari balled out last year, so
fair, but also her
I
entire half of her balling out was everybody basically being like, well, until Caitlin Clark comes back. Let's be honest. She was seen as a fill-in from the start. Like let's just keep it a buck. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm
Yeah.
kind of like I kind of understand in a world where, because like Scottie Sims only trying a training camp contract. She also balled out while in Indiana last year. So to that, I kind of can sort of get it, but it's still like like nothing, no news. Okay, at
yeah.
least
Is
a
there
training
anyone
camp
else left?
contract. I feel
Right.
those are the three big
Trying to
ones I can
think.
think of. This
Oh,
guy.
Tiffany Tip.
Tip.
Oh, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Tip.
I think I could throw.
Tiffany Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. These people have to be signing training camp contracts soon or something, right? Because
I don't know. Like, are they not going to? Like, what is going on
I
with
don't
that?
know. Are they all just queuing up to play in Saudi Arabia, whatever whatever that league is? Because I don't know. I'm confused. I am confused. But to teams that did sign free agents, Chicago. Like I guess we gotta talk about it because they made a lot of moves. First, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna rip the band-aid off. We're gonna laugh as a group as Angel Reese basically was like, "We should build a team here," and they were like, "Suspend you half a game, trade you," and then Jeff was like, "Watch this. We're gonna build a team in Chicago." So I'm just gonna laugh about that because that is maybe the most insane work I've ever witnessed in my life from a GM. But hot take, y'all, they're not making the playoffs. Sorry, I'm hot take. I'm putting it out there now. I don't have any faith in that team
I
making the
don't think they
playoffs.
are either. But also, I was shocked that Dejanay went there. I was like, what?
Listen, as I keep trying to tell you, Gabby, with every free agency that shocks you, money is green. I,
Money is green, and I
money
But
is
think
green.
the chance to play with Rakia,
Money
Skyla,
is green. There's a chance to play with every team. There's someone you could play with. Money is green. I'm sorry,
that's
money
true.
is green. Azray Stevens went from like an extra piece on the Lakers or Lakers. Here I go again with the M. Excuse me, the Sparks rotation to then getting $1 million from the sky. Money is green. That's the only reason why she went there because she was not getting that in LA. I mean, Kelsey Plum, for goodness sakes, signed for 9,999 Like she like that. I'm just saying, like they was,
$1.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like they weren't even
I
handing a
was
million to Plum.
like,
That
Can
was,
they just pay her the $1? Like,
I
that's
a
think,
little
insane.
boy did. A little
okay.
boy did.
Hear me out. Hear
I
me out.
saw.
Hear me out. I think there's probably something with like the state tax rule, and that's why they did that. I don't know LA's tax rules, but I feel like that's got to. I know there's like
No,
state tax
that's the
rules like that, so
reason. That's the
that's
reason.
definitely
That's
got to
the
be it.
reason.
She was like, let me put myself in the lower tax
Let me get my
bracket,
money,
but being
but
a
not that much money
well, I
because I'm
think
not
that
gonna.
$1 like a different tax bracket or something because that's what it's got to be if you ask me. But yeah, but like literally, I'm kind of like LA wasn't even giving Plum $1 million for goodness sakes. Chicago's like, here's a millie. Yeah, she's out of there. I mean, so Seattle was a bonfire, so I get Skylar.
We knew that was happening. We
Yeah,
knew Nneka was gonna go from
we
there.
knew
We
they
knew
were all peeling
Skylar
out
was gonna, yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah.
for that moment
Especially
right
like
there,
after like Noelle Quinn left, yeah, or got
yeah,
fired, yeah.
that whole thing fell apart anyway. So her going there now, how many teams really giving her good money when every other team was probably paying their top person or going to get somebody? You know what I mean?
So Jordan's still on the team though because of her previous contract, right?
Horston?
Yeah.
I believe so. 'Cause I believe all the rookies are still there on rookie contracts per
Contracts.
se.
Okay.
I
It's
think
weird because
so.
like some of them are all injured because she was injured, so I don't know.
She was
Like,
injured,
so
yeah.
so most likely she's on the roster and there's been no news because we'll see what happens at training camp. Basically, it
Mm.
seems like with them, Seattle. I admit, Seattle kind of did break away out the draft pretty well though.
Yeah, for their future.
Yeah, for the now, oof, but for the future, here's my thing. I listen. I know the Golden State GM came out and said that they planned the trade before, but
That was that
Uh,
was
I'm
no,
very
because
confused.
their GM is still saying, "Oh, I'll explain more when I feel like it." Like
No, so
the
then she
GM
eventually
is still saying stuff.
no, but like she said, I'll explain later, and then like I guess like in the last few days, she was like, "Well, the trade was already planned," but like it didn't feel convincing. Like I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah, like
Something about
why
it feel
wouldn't
so
you
my
like
just
thing is
say
like,
that from
why
the
would you
begin
not get
with?
him? Right. And my thing is
Just
like,
say
why
that to begin
is it
with.
a trade that you just didn't get done? Or you
nah.
didn't care about getting
Hear me
done?
out.
Yeah, like
Hear me
what,
out.
Like,
guys?
you know what I'm saying? So
Respectfully,
it's like, why didn't have the trade beforehand? Why wait to a draft, get called, saying you're gonna get picked by this team and drafted by time, traded by time you're off the stage?
yeah,
It
like
doesn't
if
even make sense.
to me, the this story is like Swiss cheese. A lot of holes. Because if it was already pre-planned, just trade before you pick. If it wasn't pre-planned, to me, what I heard when she said, "Give me some time to think," it was like she was like, "I thought I cooked. Clearly, you guys are telling me I didn't. So give me a day and a half to think of an excuse to try to back up what I just did because I genuinely can't fathom. I don't get it. I don't. There's no world where you can convince me that was a good idea for Golden State. I just
Guys, the audible gasp in the room at the draft, it
the
was
audible
so
gas in
funny.
my
It
house
was
by
so
myself.
funny. It was
No,
so funny.
no, the audible get though. You could hear it through the TV, by the way. Because
I
The
started
okay,
laughing.
Zoom,
for
the
for
Audible and the Zoom.
listen. For everybody, just for context, Gabby was at the draft. I was at home. He was at home. Gang, when I tell you, I sat there watching and was like it's just the air left my body. I was like, you traded who to what? You did what? Like I
And we was all so like, oh my God, Pache, fire. That's gonna be a good fit. Good, you know what I'm saying?
yep,
Not only
Flash
for like
Bang, R.I.P. Flash Bang.
basketball wise, but marketing wise too. And we all were so like under Coach Nash. She's gonna go, she gets aggressive. Download, this is exactly what they need. And before we can even finish the conversation of how good this
They were
looks,
like,
we're
bye.
like, bye. So
Yeah,
Nah, I tell you, Gasper around
that's
the world. I
wild.
was just
It
like,
makes no sense.
that was wicked. That was insane. Um,
my girl's back. We
oh, Kennedy,
can talk.
yes.
Yeah, guys,
Yeah, we can do it. So I heard my goats going back to back. I don't know what anybody else heard, but I'm
Well, it could go completely wrong for them too.
well, that's a whole other conversation. We're gonna stay optimistic over here for my goat, Asia Wilson. We're gonna stay truly optimistic. We're gonna say sunshine and
Mhm.
rainbows. There's no drama, peace in the lands, everything works out. In that case, you literally trot out pretty much your basically exact same roster from last year, like the main core people, because you did literally you retained everybody. I think Kiyo's the only person who left. So it's like
Thank God.
you still got Asia, you still got Jackie, you still got Chelsea, you still got Melissa, you still got Dana, you still got Jewel, and now you've just added to that Kennedy Carter. I'm like the word where it's like, oh, we've been chasing around Jackie Young, we're tired. Here
Now
comes
you
Kennedy.
gotta.
There comes Kennedy off the bench. Like that idea, in theory, when worked out,
That's insane.
that
When you
seems.
look
Can I put
when
it
you
like
look at
this?
the roster, it's like, okay, you already have Asia Wilson. Okay.
Listen,
You already got the point guard. We already know what Drew Lloyd can do off the bench. We already know what Jackie Young can do while in the game with Asia and
wait.
Chelsea. And then you, oh
Put it
God,
like this. This is how I see it. In your starters, you pretty much have you start a lineup. You go Jackie, Chelsea, Asia. I assume like whoever they fill in that center, probably Nalissa, right? That's your starters. You then have off the bench Dana, Kennedy, Jewel. possibly Janiyah Barker. That little like 8, 9 people
Oh,
rotation.
Janiah Barker is a huge steal
That
in
was
that
Huge
draft.
deal.
that was highway
I was
robbery.
like, did people forget that she's good? She just laid
No, they just
under.
Her coach
forgot.
called
They
her a
just
quitter, so her draft stock
Yeah,
plummeted. That's what happened. Her coach was like, "They quit on me," so they were like, "Don't pick her. She's
but
scary."
Becky's so smart because
yeah,
you picked up Janiyah Barker, and it's like, yeah, that going to Tennessee dropped her stock, but we know what she can do, still for sure.
Listen,
And
yeah.
then 2 days later, you talk about your signing Kennedy Carter
no, wait. Let's
when
let's
she was
talk about.
averaging 30 something in China.
I
Listen,
wish the Sun got Janiah Barker.
listen. Here's the thing, and this is the scariest part to me about them having Janiyah Barker. You gave a 6'4" forward with very terrible coaching in Tennessee. Let's call a spade, and you've now given her a good coach. And for an idol, someone that idol your game after, you gave her a 4-time MVP. You gave her basically the best person in this sport in the past decade as a hey, let me show you some moves in my bag. Like that's
Yeah,
if that works, like I said, in the world, we're also talking in the hypothetical, peace be in the lands, no drama. That's insane. Like
yeah.
what
If she
better
doesn't make the
opportunity?
roster, she'll definitely be a development player.
Yeah, like what
Yeah,
but there's
I
no
don't
better
think they're gonna let her
opportunity.
go. I
I
don't think
why
they're gonna.
would
they
you?
can't. You can't let her go.
That's insane. I mean, why would they? The
That's
only
that's the
I will
Aces ain't
say,
playing fair though. That's man, you build your team to try to be like on the off scene. We got to make moves, to beat the Aces. Okay, then they go add Kennedy Carter. Like, what do you go do to beat that?
no,
Who
like
do you go add to
no,
match that type of player?
no,
That's
this
the
is
thing as a
literally
coach. Like, okay, so we're doomed again.
no, like this is like in the Avengers when like Thor came to Wakanda to help in that battle. Like it's like we're fighting. What else do we need? It's like just from the skies come some other more reinforcements. I'm
Or
like, what?
Justice League when they had to re-bring back
No, I'm
Superman.
saying like they literally just like they just is like, oh man, we need some extra help, and it's like, oh,
Right.
here we go, and it's like, what? The other steal of the draft, Tanaya Latson. The fact that she dropped
Yes.
out the first round. Look, with all due respect, and I mean this with all due respect. I understand UCLA won. I get it. But some of them went way too high, in my opinion. I feel like
Definitely.
there's a little bit of nostalgia. There's a bit of like, they just won. They're all seniors. This is great. And some people were just grabbing folk. I'm gonna now I know as I say this as a Connecticut Sun reporter, I'm gonna let Morgan Tuck cook. I'm gonna let her cook, but I do think we went a little high on the UCLA people. I think we went a
I
little.
mean, I understand Gianna Neepkins.
Yes,
I
It's
understand that
Hawkes for me.
one.
Jaquez went
It's
no.
Hawkes.
Jaquez went
Hawkins
from.
went crazy.
I said her draft stock was gonna rise, but holy macaroni,
No, I don't know. That high was maybe a little bit of a stretch.
a little.
I just think the work she put in from year to year to year and how she literally ate the tournament up.
Yeah, work
That's
ethic.
really was, but she's on the sky.
Yeah, granted, like I said, it's not even like I don't think one of them is not going to pan out. It's not like I think they're going to be terrible. It's just the
I
like
think she's gonna be a great pro,
I think
Gabriella
they'll be
Hawkins.
I think they'll be fine. But the Mr. Fantastic stretch that was from like late first round, second round to top 5 pick was insane. They
But
picked
yeah,
her over Flage. I'm sorry, wild.
Yeah, I was
Wild,
like,
wild, wild. The only person that I assumed from LSU that was going top 5, top 7 almost would have been Lauren Betts. The rest of them, I was like, okay, they'll sprinkle out through the second, in the late first, second, third round, and they all, I mean, six in
remember
the
what
top
they say.
18.
Remember
I
what they say. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
no, but like what calls was Corey
Hey,
close
at
making?
the
Because
end,
she was just
listen,
ring ring, pick
she
my
cooked.
players, please.
She
Because
cooked. I'm sorry, and
what?
I know, this is your fan, but how the hell she, ooh, excuse me. Ooh, ooh.
Continue, it's fine.
I, how she make a team?
Who?
Amen. Duchamp. And it's not against her. It's just we haven't seen you
Oh,
play.
UConn? Oh, you mean Concuss McGee? I don't know how she got traded to get a contract.
But this is what I'm saying.
she can't be like, oh my God, her hurt
Bro,
is like
So
not
this is
okay.
what I'm talking about. It's not what you know. It's who you know, because
No,
it's not to take away from what I've seen her play, because I've seen Caroline Duchamp play before the injury, so I know what she can do. But it's like,
But
no,
safety and her
right, and no
health.
one has you really seen you play at all.
I put it like this. You were on a team as a senior and basically were getting no PT. How do you go from that to a
Well,
training camp contract?
Caitlin Chen, she put in a good word.
uh,
Yeah, but
I
still,
mean, Caitlin Chen's kind of did the same thing last year, you ask me, to the less of the effect. But it's just like, what are we doing? What are we
Yeah, but
doing?
she was balling this offseason.
she
Fair, and
was.
that's where I will kind of reserve.
She was.
I'll reserve Golden State the right to. I'll give them the right to do it.
She played
But
pretty well for Golden State towards the end of the
yeah,
Towards
season.
the
I
end of
will,
the
and
season.
that's why I just sign in random UConn players. I'm like, you know what? I'll give them their space. But I'm kind of like, what are we doing?
No,
I was just trying to bring up the
I'm
point about it's who you know.
No, because I'm sorry. Like that one
I'm
was
concerned
that one
though.
was wild. Duturn was wild. Respectfully, Sarah Williams was also equally just as wild. Um,
Well, I
no, that was equally just
I
as
feel
wild.
like Morgan traded her, I think, because she knew that they were gonna have to cut her.
No,
Because
because
look at how
like
many post players they definitely I feel like Morgan thought that through for
no.
real.
Here's the
I
thing.
think
A little biased.
Morgan, I feel like, has been very strategic
No,
in
Morgan's
what
low key
she's
cooking.
doing.
That's why I said I'll let her cook. I admit though, the drafting Sarah Williams, I was like, and then we traded her. I was like, okay, I never mind. Like, because first minute I was like, so we just pick somebody to get them to cut them. I heard because I was like,
Mm.
what are we? Because like I think no one's stock in the last year has suffered more than Sarah Williams. Because she legit went from like, oh, she's going to UConn, and now she was out there just trotting out there, just she was doing cardio with that team. Like she wasn't scoring, she wasn't doing nothing. Like that was
It,
that was AZ and
I
Sarah Strong
just
all day. Like I'm sorry.
I don't think she's bad. I just think
No,
she wasn't getting the touches she was at
she
Wisconsin.
was doing
That's
cardio.
Right,
She was
right.
yeah.
out there. She was running the marathon up and down.
But
She was getting
we
her.
said that. We
She got
And
said
her.
she kind
her
of sat
coming.
back a little bit instead of
Yeah,
really pushing herself.
herself.
Oh yeah, no, she had her Fitbit on and she was counting her steps as she'd run up and down that court because she wasn't doing nothing else on that
Yeah,
poor team. I'm just saying, she had things strapped up. She was like, oh, 10,000 steps during
no,
this game. Like,
a Fitbit. People will use Apple Watches now.
I'm just saying. Okay, you get the point though. She wouldn't do nothing on that team.
I'm kidding.
And then for us, I feel as though that coach truly liked Madison Hayes last year,
Well,
because she was
yeah,
in training camp last year for the Connecticut
she was
Sun.
there to the almost the end, so I think
Hmm.
she's gonna get a legit shot. Also, too, I will say this, and I've said this. From a journalistic standpoint, drafted players who don't speak really good English always scares me because that means I try to interview people who can't speak English. But I am actually very optimistic about them going to get Nell. I'm
Oh, I
optimistic.
think her, yeah.
Like with
Yeah,
after
we
what
got
Layla did.
four of them now though.
Yeah,
That
well,
we're gonna have to.
after what Layla did last year, I am now open with us drafting players overseas. I will admit, I will forever admit, when we first drafted Layla, I was like, "What are we doing?" A, because when she got drafted, it was like the year when we were still like contending, like, "Why get this rookie that's not going to be here? That makes no sense." But after seeing her show up a year later and what she's done, I am optimistic about us drafting international players, especially French players. Seems like Rasheed knows what he's doing.
No, the
I will
French are
admit
taking
though,
over the league.
as a journalist, I'm very concerned that I'm now going to probably learn French to get a decent interview. But that is neither here nor there talking
I,
straight hoops.
I just
I
wish they
just
would
gotta
have
keep it a
translators.
I just gotta keep it a simple basketball question. Like, cause when I try to do my in-depth, Layla looked at me like I was crazy.
No, I remember that
And
last year.
Tina didn't even want to help her. She's like, that's all you.
Nope, nope. That was so much fun. That one was fun. Me talking too fast to Rashid a couple times in the year was a lot of fun. When he would look at me, be like, "You talk too fast." I'm like, "My bad, gang. Let me try again." Like, so like
And he
knowing
brings that
that,
good energy.
yes, no, but then
I cannot wait for that moment. I'm so
oh no,
excited for
because we're gonna
that.
know because now it's gonna be trying not to laugh. We have to really we can't sit next to each other. But
We should come in with shirts that say we got that good energy.
no, we are not. You cut it out. Anyway, but no, I admit though, like I am optimistic about Connecticut. Even though some of the things they did, I am like I personally don't. I'm like
Understand?
I
That's why
don't
we're
get
on
it.
here. That's why
Yes,
we're on here and not there.
it's like this is not. I get it. I'm like I'm gonna be optimistic, but like the UCLA players to me went really high. The UCLA players,
Needkins.
Needkins was fine, but I don't. Here's my thing. You ask me, I thought if you were giving me a draft board and it was like, when would you think? if we're picking Eakins, when you think we're picking her, it would have been either 15 or 18. The 12 had me. I was like, okay. I was
Mm,
like, like I said, I'm gonna give them space. Or she went 15, I guess. So, like, yeah, I thought it was like, I guess 15 wasn't too bad, but still was like, oh, like we're just taking everybody's taking UCLA players now. It just felt like real, like I don't know.
no,
I mean, I
no,
guess
DJ.
when they get beat the way they did over and over each
No,
year, when they made it literally, and then this year it was just something that they
They
just was
were.
like, we're
DJ, we
not
needed
losing.
shooting though.
I
We just lost
understand.
Marina Mabrey.
I understand. That's what I said.
But
I'm
Neepkin
gonna.
shoots.
Yes, that's why
Yeah,
he's saying
that's what
Neepkin
I'm
that's
saying.
shooter.
yeah. You
That's
guys are
what
on
I'm
the same
saying.
team right now. I'm the one that's like I'm kind of like but
But that's what I was
face the
okay
cook.
with. I was okay with Gianna Neepkins. I was shocked with Charlize. I'm not even gonna
Oh,
lie.
I'm
Me
not
too.
even. That was the one.
I
No,
was definitely shocked, and I like her game. I love because she actually hunts her shot, and she does try to create for herself and for others a great point guard. But I just that pick, I would thought they were gonna go a different route.
I did too.
Like that one, I'm very. That's why I asked. You see, that was my first question.
You were like, so why you do that, low key? That
That's
was.
why I really.
She was like,
And
hey, Morgan.
then I called her Alex.
We're not. I was just gonna ignore that. I was gonna let you cook. I
I
knew.
saw that.
I
I
heard
you
it
see,
in real time.
I cut it out the video because I was
Bro,
like, oh god,
okay,
and I was like, and I
real talk. I was sitting there in the Zoom. I'm so glad my camera was off because you said it, and I was like, and I was just like, oh no. I was like, I knew what she meant though. I knew what she meant. I was like, she meant Morgan. I was like,
I
oh
redeemed
no,
myself last time. I said her name the last
no. But it
question.
cracked me up only because yeah. So like, Charlize was legit. I legit was just like, huh? Like that threw me all the way off.
That's why I said,
Neepkins
what are
because of
you
the
what
shooting, I'm like, all right, I'm willing, but I'm still like, ah. And I think everybody's, I think this the amount of just heavy UCLA in the front like concerned me a little because it felt like the like last week bias because I feel like every draft board and like every like it seemed like it was like a consensus opinion that was like Lauren Betts is going top five and the rest of them will sprinkle out through the rest of the draft. And
I
then they
thought it was
won.
gonna be Lauren and Kiki. That's about it.
Yeah, like Kiki was the one at times, but like depending on which one you look, depending on who you talk to,
Mm,
which one you looked at, she went from anywhere from like 7 to like 12,
that's gonna be a
and
scare.
then
That's
all
gonna
of a
be a
sudden,
good team.
it was like they won the championship, and everybody was like
Coach
one,
Sandy
two, three,
know
four,
what
five,
she's
six.
cooking up
I don't
over
know.
there in Toronto.
Is it just me though, or it looked like Kiki did not want to go there?
You know, I think
I think it might be like out of the country that she might be a little nervous about.
I think it's like, well, who's gonna be there? You know what I mean? Like this is a new team. Like,
But
and
it's also not, yeah, it's also like out of the country.
yeah, I also think most
It's
draft. I also think I think people read too much into the faces of players when they get drafted places. Like I feel like half of it sometimes is just the shock of like, oh, I actually heard my name. Like, whoa, like I think that sometimes because I mean, Flage had me cracking up because Flage full blown, which is like,
she was a
like completely shocked, and it was like they invited you here, like you knew your name was getting called at some point. Like what? Like you know what I mean?
my
But I'm like,
friends
I think,
from
but
my friends from Maryland, and she's like, Raven's not going in. I swear to God, she's getting drafted to the Fever 2 seconds later.
oh, Raymond Johnson.
uh,
She
Honestly,
said, I said,
okay.
I'm sorry.
I feel
I
bad.
Listen, basketball ideals aside, basketball ideals in the front. Them drafting Raven was actually a smart choice.
It was very smart. But my thing is like, if you guys, and that's the thing what I be talking about, guys. You guys are not watching the game because if you guys did, you would hear Coach White rave about Raven Johnson all the time when she's covering the basketball game. She
Well,
would
hear
talk
me
about it
out.
all the time.
Hear me out. When your star player, quote unquote, pretty much is lacking defense, drafting someone who plays defense seems like a very idealistic move. I just hear me out. I just when your main player is an absolute traffic cone on defense, getting someone who then can play some defense just makes sense. I just that to me like basketball wise, great pick. The awkwardness that now is every soldier, like poor Raven for her entire rookie years, had to relive her getting waved off. That's where I feel bad.
And I hate that. You want to know why? Because media, of course. Oh, she did this. And you know what? And I'm like, listen, guys, whatever happens in that 94 feet, honey, that's all fair and game.
Wait,
She waved her off, and what did she do? She got better. Her 3 point, it got
wait.
better the next season.
Here's my favorite part though. They ended up beating her, but no one shows that. That's the part that makes me laugh. Is like
Mm.
they beat her. She got her lick back, but they don't show that part. Like they're just bringing up the
She
bad.
locked Caitlin Clark down on
No,
defense.
legit, like put she legit like white on
What you,
rice, just like in her back pocket, like the lint, like she was on her, and no one cared. They're like, oh,
yeah,
but remember that time three
she's
years ago? I was like, we gonna act
she's
like she didn't win the next season? No, okay, okay, guys, cool. Like for that part, I felt bad because now her entire it's like part of Raven's entire timeline, unfortunately, was literally like, well, remember when she got waved off? Now they're teammates, and I'm like, remember when
It
she?
had affected her,
I
it
mean,
did.
like mentally.
no, and now you have to
And
relive
it
that
was,
trauma. Like
and then
that's the
it's
part I
the
didn't
people
like.
that aren't really fans that cause that trauma. And it's like,
Yeah, that's
you
the
don't even
problem.
respect the game. Like,
It's
why
the
are you
trolls.
watching? Right. And
That's
it's
the
like, what?
problem.
You don't even respect the game. You don't even love the game. You don't even care for the game. You just want to be trolls. Just like someone commented on something on Kennedy Carter, which I'm never going to indulge in any of that. You could talk to yourself. But
No.
the same something. And I'm like,
Yeah, here we go. Right. No, for me, like I said, I just feel bad for Raven having to relive that trauma as she's basically like what is like supposed to be the greatest night of her like career thus far,
Mhm.
and now she has to relive all the mess. Like that's why I felt bad. But like from basketball perspective, picking her made total sense. Like that
absolutely.
made sense.
Is
I
Brianne
wasn't.
January still the coach?
I believe so. I mean, I guess
It should
TBD.
be.
I'm like I don't think any stats got flipped during CBA. I think it was just players that all flipped teams. um, but yeah, no, I admit. Also though, another team we got to talk about in all of this, even though they had no draft picks. New York, realistically, New York really actually is kind of like scary looking. I feel like I don't know if it's just me, but like
But I just want to know how it's gonna like all fit together because it's pretty it's interesting who they
I don't
select
know if
to sign.
Satu and JJ is gonna work.
I don't think
That's what
they're.
I was saying. Like, I don't know.
Hear me
I
out.
just felt like they need to move on from JJ.
Hear me out. I don't think it's meant to for them to truly work together. Like I think it's meant to just be like it's meant to almost be built like an Olympic team where it's like we just trot out groups of two and just you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's gonna be a time like I feel there's gonna be a moment where like so, like kind of how Phoenix did a little bit last year where there was moments where it was like Alyssa Thomas is on the court, a bunch of nobodies, not to be
She's
that
gonna
guy.
do, right. She's
And
gonna run
like
through
Well,
everybody.
yeah,
Right.
like and then like
well, what
sometimes
did
Satu
they?
would go out and just be like, "Yo, run the offense real quick," while this Thomas gets a break. Like I think Satu is gonna, it's gonna be like the sometimes we're gonna throw you and Sabrina on there because you're college teammates, y'all chemistry.
I
Okay,
think that's yeah. That's
now sometimes we're gonna just throw you out there with the
I
bench
just,
unit. Like you know what I mean? I think she's
I
gonna.
see what you say, Gab, about JJ being
yeah,
like
but
on
it
the
also doesn't
outskirts.
make sense because it didn't work with Emma Meesseman. So what
Emma,
makes you
Well,
think it's gonna
well,
work with Satu?
whoa. Here's the thing. Respectfully, Emma Meesseman is a full blown center, and so is Jonquel. Satu is more like a forward. Like let's
Okay,
be
but
honest. So like realistically, Jonquel at the five, Stewie at the four, Satu can play the three. Like I think, in a lineup, it can logistically work. I
and
don't.
I think that's how New York is looking at it.
Yeah,
But then it's like B as well.
yeah. Well, Lane Hamilton's probably playing the two, and Sabrina playing the one at that point. And if you
True.
go, and then if you go, and then technically, if in a world where they probably go get somebody else on a training camp contract, Natasha Cloud, you know what I mean, she can come back in and play the one too, like you know what I mean. So I do think though, like that group they got going there, like I think that's once again a lot of this right now, especially until we get a couple games in the season, is just going to be
Oh
straight
yeah, I
just
forgot we
well, they
had.
hypothetical.
have Phoebich. Aren't
Oh
they?
yeah.
Didn't
Well,
they
yeah,
re-sign her?
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, but
Mm-hmm.
like I said,
Did they re-sign Marine yet?
oh, I don't.
I know they were like
Mm.
There's so much
trying
news that
to.
I can't remember who signed where almost a little bit that like throws me off.
And that's
Oh,
like
I
I'm just
know.
saying. I was like, oh, I forgot we signed Diamond Miller.
Yeah. By the way, I have to remember that every time
Good
when
trade.
every time I'm like
That
Ray is
was a good
gone, and I'm
trade.
like, who do we get again? Oh, we got Diamond. That's right. Like
Yeah, yeah. As much as
I get
it
it, but
is sad that that Bray is gone, Diamond is a was a really good trade.
no,
That
I don't think it
I
was a
was
bad trade. I just
It's
interviewed
just
Rhea.
we didn't have the opportunity to truly see Rhea and really like
That's where I feel kind of like
being
like
drafted to us, being like, okay, we got to really see Anissa, we really got to really get to know Sanaya, and we just didn't get that with.
on the court, right? Because remember, I used to say it all the time where I feel like there was many games, like especially at the beginning half season, where we would kind of be out of it, and they wouldn't even like just let her get some like garbage time minutes. Like I feel like so
mm,
that's one of those where I really was like, I really was hoping, kind of like second year, we'd get a real shot to see her, kind of like see what
Are
she
they
could
gonna
do.
announce Sanaya? or is she on the same contract? Is that why?
Oh, rookie contracts are
Oh
all
yeah,
yeah,
rookie. Yeah,
yeah.
rookie.
Like
Yeah.
Well, they
Sanaya.
need to still say, "Well, she's back." We still need that fan favorite.
Nah, I mean they'll just wait till training camp and be like, look who's back. But like low key, but like all the rookie contracts, because that's yeah, because Aaliyah Edwards is still on her
But didn't
rookie.
they do that to Homegirl? They brought her back. Oh yeah, but she was just a
They're gonna
signing
they're
last
gonna
year.
adjust their contracts.
Yeah, they're adjusted, but they're
Mm-mm.
all under like they're still their contracts still like so Aaliyah Edwards, Anissa, Sanaya, Layla,
Layla.
and I think Ray was the only other one, but now she's traded. So I think Diamond technically still on that same contract thing. That's why I
Yep.
think it was a 1-for-1. So I'm gonna say all five of them are officially like under contract, perfectly fine. But another team we gotta talk about, y'all, 'cause I realize we haven't
Who?
talked about them, Atlanta.
Whew.
Because you, as much as I think I would, in throwing it out there, being real, just right now, you ask me, the biggest threat to Las Vegas is Atlanta.
Yeah, they're definitely top three.
As of right
Hmm.
now, that to me is the biggest threat. Like if you like DJ, if you like DJ right now, predict your finals. I'm like Atlanta versus Las Vegas.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm
But
excited for
the
Atlanta.
only thing I keep saying is who's gonna guard Kennedy?
Well, yeah, I mean we're playing them versus Vegas, but Atlanta has a team right
There's still
now.
time. There's still time
No,
to win.
Atlanta, Atlanta
they
has a
do.
team.
They
They
have a
literally,
squad.
I mean, they literally put their entire team back together and replaced BG with Angel.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of what they did essentially.
I mean, why not? Why not?
As I mean, as we said last
It's
episode, I think Angel's in like the best position in her career so far. You're literally in a space
she
where you're,
won.
I mean, respectfully, you're in a space where you have so much less required of you.
And
You're no
you
longer the
showed them exactly the announcement was made, the jerseys were sold out in 5 minutes.
well, yeah. I mean, marketability wise, she's Atlanta's winning the trade because
No,
they're making money. Um, but I'm saying on court, like Angel, someone who's a double double is now you're not like
you
if
can
you
do a double double freely.
yeah if you don't if you don't get a double double we still might win a game. Like we're still gonna win this game. This is not like you're no longer like because I'd argue half the time sometimes when it's on a team when like with all due respect when you got Vandersloot as your point guard like respectfully when Vandersloot kicks the ball to the post no one's like oh if they give the ball back for her to score like that's not a threat. I'm sorry like respectfully with all due respect like no one's looking at Vandersloot like oh she might try to go score like that's not a thing. You know what I mean? Or if it's like would you rather Angel in the post or Rachel Banham at three? I think my money's on I'd rather test Banham than Angel. Now you're talking, would you test Alicia Gray, MVP candidate, Brian Howard, all defensive, like MVP
Nas
candidate?
Hillman, Jordan
Yeah.
Canada.
Would you
Who
rather test them or Angel Reese?
it
I think,
doesn't matter.
you know, like,
But now it's hard because what do? Do you go throw to at Angel? Do you stay on the perimeter?
but
Like, because
that's my thing now, is when
hmm
you now try to double her, we have a
you leave
problem.
you leave them shooters wide open, and then you leave the opportunity. Because I love when Jordan goes downhill. Well, even Alicia, even Ryan Rye's
But
been going
but I'm
getting to
saying, like, in all
yeah.
reality, like, if Ryan's on the outside, dips to Angel in the post, you can't just go
Mm,
immediately double without
no,
having to think
you
about,
can't.
oh, you're gonna leave Ryan Howard wide open. That's the
Yeah.
choice.
Here
Right.
comes Rye
That's
time.
yeah, like
There comes
that's a
Alicia
choice.
Gray. If they
Yeah,
pass it quickly enough and she's already set,
you know
forget it.
that's a choice. So it's like for that yeah, Atlanta's looking
I
real
can't wait to
scary.
see them play the Fever.
I just can't wait to see the games so we can.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I,
first of all, that game's gonna feed families. The generation the generational mess that's gonna come from that game. That game's going to feed families. Like that's gonna be one of those most watched. Like that's gonna break some
it's gonna
records.
be in State Farm Arena.
That's gonna be
Hmm.
they're throwing that in they might throw that in the Atlanta Superdome at that point. Like it's they're selling all the tickets. The entire world's gonna watch that game because also too
Hmm.
it's as much as I don't try to feed into the on the like the made up beef that is Angel versus Caitlyn. I mean
Oh,
they
I wasn't
not.
even talking about that.
But and here's the thing: as much as I don't like, we're not feeding into that. In all reality, they both now have legit teams now, so this is legit a fair fight now.
That's that, and then the fact
That's
that
the
I want
part.
to see Angel and Aaliyah go at it. I love
Fair.
when they go at it. I love when
Yes.
that matchup
But
happens.
like think
And
about it.
they both have a better team now,
Yeah,
so it's
it's a
going to be
fair
even
fight
better.
now. Because
Yes.
before, respectfully, like it was kind of like
Just a fever.
Not fair.
Angel Reese and the resets versus like it was kind of
Indiana
bad.
fever.
It
Yeah,
was
it
kind
was.
of bad. It was kind of bad. Like But I'm like now I'm like, oh, we have a squad. Go, oh, you know what else New York got? That's what I was thinking of earlier. I could think. Beck Allen. I was trying to think of someone off the bench. I
She
just
went home. Oh yeah, she's so
yeah.
happy because remember what she said. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was rough. You want to talk about rough comments, gang? She legit was like, yeah,
Miserable.
Chicago, terrible. I was like, oh,
At
that's why they didn't sign her
least she was
back.
honest. At least she was
Well,
honest. Hey,
well,
sometimes honesty is the best policy.
I mean, hear
Sometimes.
me out. I mean, plus Jeff said, with Scott Liggins, we need to make a winning team.
Yeah, Skylar's gonna love practicing at that YMCA.
She gonna cuss you out, Jeff, quick.
Yep.
And then
Jeff said I'd
I don't want
rather
to make her mad.
Jeff said I don't want her yelling at me.
Good
God,
luck.
please.
Jeff, did you want to make Angel mad? I don't care. That's what he
Dejanay is
basically
gonna be
said.
begging to go back to Connecticut when she gets there.
Nah, it's money's green. They don't care. They're getting paid more. They're gonna be like, whatever. I'm in Chicago, nightlife. I'm getting
I'm
paid.
just
I'll go practice
I'm
at the
excited.
YMCA. They'll
I'm
play.
just excited to see what other moves are made in the next few weeks.
I'm
Like,
I'm curious for who's getting cut. I hate to be that guy.
of course, you want to think of the negative.
I'm sorry. It's
Can
just
can we get the training camp going? See them get to
sorry,
work, get
sorry,
busy.
sorry,
I
You
want to
sorry.
see
guys,
who's gonna get cut.
you guys
I'm
know
just
what?
saying.
You know what matchup I'm really looking forward to?
What?
Connecticut versus Golden State because of the amount of French players that are going to be on the floor.
Oh,
Oh
It's
you mean the
yeah.
French World
gonna,
Cup? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Speaking of
but
Connecticut,
also
though,
I feel like it will be um like just a good matchup.
well, also I
They're both
think.
defensive teams.
Oh yeah, no, like this is going to be interesting. Also, speaking of Connecticut, I realized I've spent an entire episode of not mentioned this yet. But on training camp contracts, he knows who I'm excited about.
Harmony Turner. I thought you was gonna mention it when we were talking
You
about this.
know, you know, I was too busy focusing on like all the other X's and O's that I realized
I'm
I never said
excited.
it. You're
I'm
excited. I
I'm
was the one person who was like, they need to draft her and keep her. And then Vegas was like, we drafted her. I was like, good job, Vegas. And then Vegas was like, we cut her. And I was like, why? So listen, she's been killing overseas. I've been waiting. It is perfect.
Mhm.
Look at
I
God.
am with it.
Look at God.
I can't wait. I'm like, hey
And
girl.
and
And my girl, I love Reagan Bears. You know, I'm a big fan. So I'm
Fair. I
excited for
respectfully, I
her.
think she's cooked though. I think she's getting cut.
Oh yeah.
I think
no,
she's
but Turner's from Texas, so that's
Yes,
I
something to
she
watch
mean,
is.
for. So it will be
fair.
a huge opportunity for her if she makes this roster. She might get a chance to like play in her
But
own
at
state
home.
next year.
Hmm.
Yep.
Hmm.
Also, as DJ, who is a fan, will get to interview her. So I good team. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at right now. I probably shouldn't say it like that, but I did. I meant what I said. But
Hey,
but I will say though, like I just this okay, I should probably rephrase it instead of seeing who gets cut. But I'm just like these. There's a lot of. I feel like even though you got more like roster spots per se and more teams, there's still a lot of players that are like, ooh, because
I want to sit there
another
because I
one.
want to see him get busy.
Because another person who's back, I'm very excited, is getting a training camp contract. Cheyenne Sellers. Like, there's a lot of good people, but it's like,
Oh yeah.
I'm real, like,
You know, he's a big fan.
I know, but I'm also like, my homie Cheyenne Lil Key might be cooked. Like, I mean, you're a guard in Dallas for this AZ Page and
Oh
Enrique
yeah.
and JJ, and there's not a lot of,
And
not a lot of spots to go around. I'm kind of like, uh-oh.
Is Za
yeah, they
back? Oh, Za's on the rookie thing again.
Yeah, well, is she considered a guard or a forward? I feel like in my mind,
I thought Za's isn't Za a guard?
yeah.
I mean,
Za's a
you know what it
guard.
is? You know what throws me off
What?
is,
Where are you
okay,
getting forward?
okay, here's you know what, okay. In my defense, here's why my brain can never
You
tell.
don't defeat the Collier.
No, I didn't say power forward, for Christ's sake. No, the problem is there was one time in Dallas season where they tried out JJ Page and Zahn. They had her like playing like kind of the three. Like
Oh yeah, I
that's why I was
remember.
like, I don't know.
I just think she can play the position, but I think she is a
A
guard.
guard.
She's a guard.
Okay, I was like, I
A
don't
guard.
know. Yeah, okay,
And I
that's
can't
why.
wait to see her play
No,
too.
Gabby
I
tried to
just
fry. That was mad disrespectful. Gabby was like, "Where you getting this from?" All right, you gotta try to test my credibility. Like I wasn't sure because they.
I'm just
before we
playing with
go,
you.
guys,
I
how do
know,
we
I
feel
know.
about the two expansion teams?
One, I see the vision. The other, I feel like Ray Charles. I don't see a thing. Toronto, I got faith in Toronto right now. Between
They look
Mabry,
at they
I see
look
the
at
vision.
decent.
I see Sandy's mind
Mabry,
working like out
Sykes,
loud.
Izzy. Yeah, I mean, I see the vision.
Kiki Rice.
Yes, Kiki. Now, like I see the vision.
Hmm.
Portland,
Oh, Sarah Williams.
I don't see. Listen, Toronto, I see it. Portland, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're trying to do. I I I'm
Well, well,
we are
well.
driving down.
This male coach ain't doing too hot so
Listen,
far.
listen. All I'm saying is we are down a dark, windy road, no headlights, no street lights, just driving and praying. If I'm Portland right now, I don't get what we're
I'm gonna be
doing.
like, Ashley, what is going on?
We out here, we
Maybe
out
they
here.
should have hired Teresa Weatherspoon instead.
Or give it to Ashley Battle. She's
Listen,
on
I
the
don't know
staff.
what we were trying to. No, because even the GM, they're acting like Nika Mew is Easter and she's Jesus, bringing her back from the dead over here. I don't know what
I
we
just
drafted 8 players who ain't showing up this season. I don't. We drafted
We're gonna
someone.
bring her back to life.
then right, isn't
We'll
their rookie
bring.
not even
Yeah,
coming until next
we'll
year?
bring Nika Mew back to life. I guess next season. Ayana Martin's playing next season. I don't know. Do we prepare for this season at all, guys? I'm just a little confused.
Probably not.
I don't. I feel like we just picked some players and said let's give it a shot and just trotted them out there. Like I don't. They were just
I
like
think that might
ah
be Toronto. See, that drafted 2 players that aren't
no.
coming.
I think it was Portland. I think Portland said it
Did they
too.
both?
It might have
I
been both
thought
of them.
Portland did
No, because
one.
well, Toronto's first pick was Kiki, so I know that was definitely. But I'm saying like Portland's first pick was the girl from Spain. They were like she won't
She's not
report.
coming. Yeah, she. I
Yeah,
don't
like
think she's
that's.
coming
I'm
this
talking first
year.
round picks. I don't know about this because I know some
I
of
don't
the
know about the
others.
other round
Oh,
picks.
Yeah, second and third round. There was a couple
Me and
international
DJ's like,
players.
we don't know.
Yeah,
We can't see the vision.
I
So
let's. I ain't seen nothing. Nah, because a
we
couple of the
none
international
of us
yeah.
players
have.
Toronto did it too.
they did.
Because
Oh,
But
because
who?
okay.
Because it was second round, third round pick. Like I wasn't. No, they were gonna get
yeah,
cut anyway in my brain. Not to be
their other
funny.
2 picks are they're both
Yeah, we're second and third. We
they're
ain't worried
both
about them.
Australian. They're both Australian, which makes
Yeah.
sense. But
Well, yeah, crikey. They not. They
it's
not. It don't matter.
it's hey, it's actually it was really smart of them because the purpose of it is that there's so many expansion drafts coming up
Yeah.
between now and 2030 that like,
Yeah.
you know,
Makes
they
sense.
need
But I'm just.
backup.
But most second and third round picks are almost kind of doomed anyway. So I'm thinking like first round, like Portland first round pick, Flage on the board. They were like, we'd rather take a girl who's not gonna be here. Like I don't get it. I don't. Flage's on the board. Cody McMahon's on the board. Tonight Lass is on the board. Rip John's on
Oh,
the
she's a
board.
mystic
Yeah.
too.
By the way, I realized we never mentioned that. I mean, I
Oh
mentioned it. I
my
mentioned it when I
God.
mentioned the like Wizards. The Wizards. Goodness gracious, the Mystics can have
Get
a.
it to the woman,
I'm
DJ.
trying. I'm trying a lot. The playoffs happen in the NBA. I'm trying. My brain's in 2 places at once. Apologies,
I
but yeah.
felt that.
But the Mystics got like they have an all out young team. That's why I'm saying like Rory and Prosper might be cooked. So I'm like,
Yeah, because
they
I
really
forgot
need.
all about Cody.
Yeah, it's gonna
She
be
might
wild.
be. She's a mini Alyssa.
Yeah. I mean, to the point
She's
even
a.
they were calling fouls like she's being too physical. I'm just kidding.
I
But
know. Okay. Speaking of her, can we just shout out Coach Yo?
oh yeah,
Cause what
second best coach in the
she
SEC. You kidding me?
Yo, yeah, yeah. Oh wow. I said I know that's right, Coach Yo. Right there, front and
Yep.
center.
I
I
tell you,
love
best
that
coach
for
in the
her.
SEC, Don than Coach Yo, in my opinion. Put that on paper. But yeah, no, I
And my
mean,
coach is there now. Even
I
though all the
know. Oh, yeah,
all the
from you are
players are
right. That's
leaving.
right. I know.
All the
Yeah.
players.
But we'll talk about the portal a different day when we know where everybody's at. Because every day, 8 new people join the portal, 8 new people pick in the portal. So we'll address the portal another day.
Mhm.
But I mean, hey, we'll,
I'm
we'll see what
excited.
happens. Right? We'll see what
I'm
happens.
excited. I'm
And
just
hope
Hopefully
excited.
and next time we'll see, we'll be here. We'll see probably who's getting cut. No, I'm just kidding. Let me not bring that up again.
DJ.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
it's early, too early for
I'm just
that.
kidding.
Come
No,
on.
no, no, no. It'll be the start of training camp. We'll probably have to make some like
I
real hardcore
mean,
predictions.
technically, our first preseason game is in 3 weeks.
Nah, it's in like 2, I think.
Isn't the first one against New York May 3rd?
No, there's one in Toronto. I think like like late
Oh
April.
yeah, that
Toronto,
game.
but we're not going to
We're not
Well,
Toronto.
talking
well,
about
I'm just
we're
saying.
going. I'm
Oh,
talking about
oh,
I said our first
oh,
preseason
oh, oh. Like you
game.
mean us? Okay, my bad, my
Us.
bad, my bad, my bad.
Yes.
I think
It's
you were like
in
on the
like 3 weeks.
schedule. My bad, my bad, my bad.
But guys, you'll be seeing us though, because training camp starts soon. And we're gonna be back in action.
Yes, so tune
But
in.
mostly that might work. So
Girl, you gotta give you some credit. But anywho, we'll be back in action. We will see y'all next week when we probably discuss some real hardcore predictions now that some rosters will be a little more finalized. and we'll basically know if Clash of Clouds been blackballed or not. Hate to say it, but let's be honest. Thank y'all for watching. As usual, toodaloo.